To the podium, we have Coach Cronin and two members of the all-tournament team, Jules Bernard and Jaime Jaquez. Coach, you can give an opening statement, then we'll open it up.
Arizona was a tougher team down the stretch. That's where the game was decided. They were more physical. Our defense left a lot to be desired, to say the very least. Hopefully we'll learn a lot. Hopefully we'll watch film and learn a lot about what it takes to beat a great team. But you give up 40 points in the paint and 23 free throws. You're not beating anybody, let alone a team as good as yours. But a lot of it has to do with their talent level, so congratulations to them.
Okay, we'll open up to questions.
Their length obviously became a bigger factor as the game progressed. What were they doing particularly in the second half to use
Who's
that?
the question to, Ben?
Should I ask to the players?
Whoever you want.
Whoever wants to answer it. Players.
I'm going to answer it unless you direct it to them.
I'll start with you then. Their length just became a big issue as the game progressed.
Their length's always an issue, but the art of war, there's always you use the other team's strength against them. So you got to pass the ball. So we got out. We're minus 11 in assist total. So we didn't get the job done. I didn't get that across to the team, so that's my fault. And we got 11 shots blocked. We didn't pass the ball. And they rotate to block a shot. You got to pass the ball.
Right.
Mick, when they went on that 15-2 run, you guys were up by 12. I guess kind of what shifted, what changed?
From that point on, they just played harder. They were the more physical team. They played much harder. Our defense broke down. We gave up backdoors. When you're playing great teams, it just becomes a test of two wills. And as hard it is for me to swallow, because I've made a career out of never losing because of that. If my teams have gone down, it's because the other teams just got better players. And they may, but I like my team. I wouldn't trade them, but they were the tougher team. And it's hard for me to say, but that's the truth. And I told our guys in the locker room, the only way we're going to learn from this is if we can look in the mirror and admit what happened down in the last 10, from that run, whatever the time was from that. We got to admit it. Last year, we were the tougher team in March for a lot of games. And that's why we went where we went. So if we learn that lesson, then today will be worth it. But they taught us that lesson today.
Coach, that 15-2 run and then a couple other times kind of felt like a road environment as opposed to a neutral site. What was your takeaway on the environment, how loud the Arizona crowd was?
That's no takeaway. Don't care, couldn't care less. As again, if you need a crowd to win games, you're not going anywhere. That's Sam. That's you got no chance. No chance. If you ain't tough enough to deal with whatever the environment is, you're not going to get anywhere as a team. So again, I pride myself. That should never be a factor.
For Jaime and Jules, just that big run in the second half, and then just not being able to get too many stops down the stretch. What was your thoughts on kind of what went wrong with the defense in the back half of the second half?
I think it may have been a snowball effect. We started out the half with, I believe, 2 backdoors, one on me and someone else. But regardless, I feel like just their energy on both ends was better than ours, and it showed, especially on the defensive end. I feel like they made their cuts hard. They ran their offense hard, and I just feel like it may have been a little lackluster, and down the stretch it showed, and they got a lot of easy buckets at the rim, which when you're trying to make a run is demoralizing. So.
I mean, what was it like to try to score in there with their long arms, 2 7-footers, sometimes both on the court at the same times, and they rotated over well?
Like you said, I mean, they're big, 2 7-footers. It's tough to go against. I mean, I didn't pass it out as I should have. There's a couple of times I went up, got blocked, should have passed it out. And then I think when I did do that, though, we got some open, clean looks. But I mean, you know, you have to deal with it.
In a game like that for Jaime, you know, he couldn't get a three to go down. He had some good looks. So when you guard him with a bigger guy, if he knocks down threes, then they have to adjust, maybe put a smaller guy on him. So he had some good looks, it just didn't go down for him. Like I said, I wouldn't trade him or anybody else on the team.
Mick, was it good to see Johnny get a shooting night like this and kind of get going in the first half before?
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of him getting multiple games, you know, getting his rhythm back. So you got to take that as a positive. I would agree.
How big of a factor was the foul trouble for Miles and Cody?
Big, definitely, you know, wasn't good. But again, they forced that, so you got to give them credit for that.
Just kind of expanding on that, Coach, Kenny obviously played some big minutes in March Madness last year and came in because of the foul trouble tonight. What do you think you got out of him?
You know, he was fine, except he gave up 1 and 1, which is a cardinal sin for us. So, but you know, he did fine in this town.
Any other questions? Okay,
Yes,
Coach,
thank you.
thank you very much.